Early critical reactions are in for The Strangers. Chapter 2, a new psychological horror in the Strangers franchise, leading to a disappointing Rotten Tomatoes score. Directed by Renny Harlin, the film serves as the fourth entry in the franchise and the second installment of the new trilogy, picking up directly after 2024's Chapter 1. The Strangers. Chapter 2 follows Maya after her escape in the first film, as she is stalked once again by the trio of masked killers. Joining Petch in the cast are names such as Gabriel Basso and Emma Horvath. Following its Hollywood premiere on September 16th, The Strangers, aka Chapter 2, is scheduled to be released on September 26th. Despite high expectations and a franchise plan, The Strangers. Chapter 2 has debuted to a disappointing 25% on Rotten Tomatoes, based on 12 early critics. The horror film, which has killers promoted as more brutal and relentless than ever, appears to have failed to connect with critics who describe the overall story as overexposed and the scares as underwhelming. Some reviewers likened the film's hospital-set narrative to Halloween 2, yet considerably less exciting, accusing The Strangers to Chapter 2 of undermining the franchise's original premise by offering too much backstory on the killers. Still, not all feedback has been negative, as a handful of critics offered praise for the film's attempt to evolve the franchise. With The Strangers. Chapter 3. Already confirmed and reportedly in post-production, the underwhelming response to Chapter 2 could pose a serious challenge for Lionsgate's horror trilogy. Chapter 2 appears to falter most in its attempt to explain the backstory of the strangers themselves, leading away from the horror aspect of the film. However, some critics remain intrigued enough to see how it ends, and considering the Strangers trilogy underwent reshoots following feedback on Chapter 1, Chapter 3 could redeem it if it delivers a compelling payoff. A 25% score, unfortunately, puts The Strangers Chapter 2 in rotten territory, and while it's too early to declare the entire trilogy a misfire, the early critical consensus is undeniably rough. For horror fans, this installment may feel like a disappointing detour rather than a gripping improvement of Chapter 1, which was a box office hit despite its Rotten Tomatoes score. If the final chapter can pull the threads together and deliver on the promises hinted at in previous films, there is hope the trilogy could